All right, so we're back and we're just walking around the truck real quick. And you can see, this looks like typically the colors of the Swift trucks mean something. So white is typically a company driver, blue is typically a mentor, but I lucked out and got a mentor truck. I do plan to become a mentor once I have probably about 3 or 4 years under my belt. I'm not going to do the 6 month, 9 month mentor thing. I literally think that is the blind leading the blind. So I am not going to do that. Um, but as you can see, everything's nice and ready to go. When I get back to work on Monday, I am going to get some more fifth wheel grease put on there. Looks a little thin. So I'm going to make sure that's squared away. But, you know, that's the outside of the truck. And got to get it. I'm going to take it and get it washed. I'll request that they put some funds on my data card, and I'll go take it to the truck wash and get it squared away and be ready to rock and roll. But that's what it is for now. Um, I know some of you are asking, probably asking, or may ask, how did I get my truck to my neighborhood for it to be sitting in front of my house? So I actually live about 45 minutes away from the terminal, give or take a few minutes. So I use what's called personal conveyance. It's an off-duty um, status on your Qualcomm, and you're given an hour of personal conveyance uh, each day. So I'm able to take my bobtail home. And I had to get it approved through the township here in PA, because there is a sign out front just as I come into the parking area or come into the area of my house that says no trucks allowed. But when I talked to the township, they said I'm good to go as long as the truck is not permanent, which it isn't. It will be here every other couple of weeks, stay for a couple of days, and then be back out on the road again. So that's it in a nutshell. Um, again, uh, this is the Freightliner. I'm sorry, I keep saying Freightliner. This is the International, and I am going to continue cleaning it up because it is close to 6:30 over here and starting to lose some light. Uh, so I just wanted to send a shout out to Mr. Barry. I'm not going to give his full name. He reached out to me. He had a couple questions. He reached out to me through my Gmail account, um, Coolbmoretrucker at gmail.com. And he had a question for me, and it was in relation to um, the Swift Academy, if they're teaching manuals or automatics. And it was in one of my other videos where I was talking about I injured my knee. I had to leave school, and I came back underneath the 30-day restart or continuation initiative. So when I was in the academy, the Richmond Academy, I was one of three classes. I was part of one of three classes that was um, the last classes to do manual. So there was a class in front of me. Of course, it was my class, and then there was a class behind me. When I injured my knee, or re-injured my knee, because that was a service-connected injury, by the time I had come back, it was about 2.5 weeks later. The class that was behind me, there was only two gentlemen left from that class. So they were the last two to do manuals. Um, my classmates, the classmates in my class had already graduated and were going on to their mentor's truck. Um, so we were the last three from our class. Unfortunately, I had to go home, heal up, get the doctor's note, come back, and then accept the automatic restriction, which I'm fine with. That's what again, as I said in my other videos, that's what the whole industry is going on anyway. So it's not a big deal. It's a restriction, but it's not really a restriction. So, Mr. Barry, if you're watching this bud's for you, brother. I know you're a former service member. So thank you for your service and thank you for reaching out. And if any of you have any questions that I can answer, or I can point you in the right direction to somebody who can answer it, feel free to hit me up. Coolbmoretrucker@gmail.com. For now, like I said, I'm gonna go back in here and finish cleaning up this truck. I'm losing daylight, and I will talk to y'all later. And hopefully, I'll see some of you out there in the terminals and on the road. All right, Coolbmoretrucker out of here.